staying on Russia and Ukraine, I wanted just to come back to the call, the Secretary's call with his Romanian counterpart. Did they kind of agree or just have any specific discussions about these attacks on the Danube? You know, this is not just on the issue of Article 5, as you said, but you know, this is obviously very close to the border, and as you said, is potentially interrupting grain export routes from Ukraine. So is there like a specific message that the Secretary and the Romanian counterpart you know, agreed and that you want to sort of convey to the Russians?
They did discuss the issue as well as the broader, excuse me, getting broader and black together, the broader Black Sea Grain Initiative, and the Secretary made clear that he would welcome Romania's support, as they would welcome the support of all of our allies and partners in the region in finding ways to restart the Black Sea Grain Initiative. As you know, President Erdogan said on Friday that he looked to have further discussions with President Putin to urge him to rejoin the Black Sea Grain Initiative. We obviously would be hopeful that there would be some success out of those discussions, but we're also mindful of the series of events since last week when Russia pulled out of the initiative that I outlined in my opening comments. 4 or 5 days of repeated attacks on Odessa, Russia staging, or I should say, Russia holding a practice assault on a mock ship in the Black Sea last week. We've had information to suggest that they may be preparing a false flag operation. We believe they may be preparing a false flag operation. They're threatening of ships operating in international waters, and then just today, this attack on the Danube. So we will continue to consult with our partners in the region on how we might find alternative ways to get grain out of Ukraine, but recognizing that there is no perfect solution that would allow Ukraine to ship the same amount of grain as it did under the Black Sea Grain Initiative without the reopening of those sea lanes. There just simply isn't a way to get enough grain out through the Danube ports or over land or any other means.
Right, so a separate, sorry.
Well, are you suggesting that these attacks on the Danube were a false flag operation?
No, that's not what No. I was going through. We believe there may be a false flag operation, but that's not what this was. This was an attack.
Have there been any?
No. There have been attacks by Russians. I'm discussing attacks.
Are you aware of there being any false flag attacks?
No, we have information that leads us to believe Russia may conduct a false flag attack that they blame on the Ukrainians.
I had a long exchange with your predecessor.
I remember that well.
Have you seen any evidence that they have done?
They have not. We're concerned they may in the future.
Okay. Well, you know, you could be concerned about a lot of things. Can you explain why you're concerned that there might be such a? I'm not saying there won't be. I'm just.
We have information that leads us to believe they may, and I'm not at liberty to say any more than that. I am unable to get further into that information for reasons I think you understand. We have declassified certain intelligence and made it public. I will say I understand. I understand. I really don't want to relitigate things from a year ago. But I will say
but you keep saying this. I mean, this is by my count at least the 4th or 5th time since this whole thing began, or even before it began, that you guys say that the Russians are going to do these false flag attacks.
We did see false flag attacks in the opening. There were some in the opening days of the war, going back years, that we predicted and that did come true. I think our track record of declassifying information about what Russia might do has been pretty good.
I'm not trying to defend Russia or anything. I'm just trying to figure out why you guys keep coming out and saying this stuff, and then it doesn't.
Because I think a number of things that we have said would happen, Russia in fact did do. If you go back and look at the Secretary's remarks to the
invasion of Ukraine was not a false flag attack.
No, but there were again. We are relitigating. That's not ancient history. It's a year ago.
We're not. I mean, it's not a false flag attack.
On a vehicle in
Donetsk, yeah, that's what I was referring. There were false flag attacks that we predicted that did happen in the opening days of the war.
Sorry, just
yeah.
Other